And fun fact, you can eat fried chicken every single day and lose weight. Hi guys, Dino Kang again. Okay, on today's episode, we will be talking about what I eat in a day. So it's basically my full day of eating. Okay, so before we go on, please go and hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button right now before you forget. Okay, so apparently, you guys are really interested to see what exactly I eat in a day. You know, given that I'm Dino Kang, I'm a bodybuilder, I'm a personal trainer and everything, then you guys want to see, what are the actual foods that I eat on a daily basis, right? Not the kind of things that, I just preach that you should eat healthy and blah blah blah. Okay, that's great. So I'll be sharing with you guys the exact items that I'll be eating. But then again, you must think about it, like, actually my diet is quite boring because in the whole week, I think I've eaten more or less the same stuff for breakfast and lunch every day. Maybe sometimes I change my lunch a bit. Dinner is probably the only thing that I switch up a little bit. You will see what I mean. But for some reason, people like to see what I eat lah, right? So it's not exactly something that I really enjoy to do because I prefer doing more important stuff like debunking slimming stuff and debunking fitness myths and everything, right? Sharing educational content, but this is just entertainment content, alright? Okay, so basically to start off, as you guys know, I'm a personal trainer in Singapore. So long story short, I'm running my own business in PT. So the working hours are quite flexible, but not really. So it moves around. Long story short, I start very early in the morning, around 6 or 7 a.m. until maybe 3 to 4 p.m. Right? Then that's pretty much, I'm done for the day. Because the rest of the day, I'll be sorting out my own admin stuff and content stuff and other business side of things. But talking about PT, so basically early in the morning, what usually happens is I'll be rushing I just wake up, I'll be go for my first session, right? It's like early in the morning. For myself, I'm not really someone who likes to have a big breakfast because first off, from a health perspective, I think I've spoken about this before, not necessary. Whatever time you wake up, that is your breakfast. So breakfast being essential is nonsense. But anyway, I just don't prefer to have a huge breakfast early in the morning. Like, hello, I haven't even wake up yet. I don't need to force myself to eat anything, right? So my breakfast are usually either a cup of coffee, either with sugar, without sugar, or with milk. Is up to my preference that day. Most of the time, it's kopi peng siew dai, means normal coffee, less sugar, less milk. So there's a little bit of there. So that, the coffee is the one that, it's a habit lah. It's not that caffeine is something I really need or anybody really needs. It's just a habit. Okay, so it's just something I prefer, right? So my morning schedule will be me going down to get coffee and then walking to the MRT station, okay, before I head down to town to work. Okay, so that's actually pretty much my breakfast. Sometimes, if the day before I don't really have enough protein or I'm feeling particularly itchy or hungry, then perhaps I'll get another protein shake or something early in the morning, or maybe a 7-Eleven chicken breast early in the morning. And pretty much that's about it. I don't think I eat anything else early in the morning because I don't think my system has woken up yet for food. Right, so that's pretty much settled for breakfast, right? Every single day my breakfast is more or less the same, right? Early morning is always very minimal. Okay, the plus point to this is also, I get to save more calories for the rest of the day. Okay, now moving on. So throughout the day, actually, when I have breaks in between sessions or early in the mid-morning, maybe 10 a.m., 11 a.m., whenever I have gaps between my sessions, I usually go and get some diet soda. So it's either Monster Zero, this one, okay, the silver color one. Yeah, some caffeine, it tastes pretty good, and it's just for just to curb my mouth itch rather than being nutritious. Okay, or another cup of black coffee. Same concept. I don't really want to add on a pile on of calories. I just mouth is itchy, I want something extra. Okay, maybe just another chicken breast, but not very often. Okay, yeah, so now we talk about lunch. So my lunch is always after all my sessions. I kind of hate it. to eat halfway at work, right? So if I'm working, I'm just like, okay, never mind, I just don't eat. I'll just eat when I'm done with the day. So sometimes I'm just eating my lunch at 3 p.m., right, which is perfectly fine. So you think about it, right? My first meal is like 6 a.m., coffee and chicken. Maybe some protein. Maybe 10 a.m. I will likely get some protein shake to keep that protein going, right? Watch my video on protein timing if you haven't. That's why it does matter a little bit if you're having completely no protein. And I probably have a training session for myself as well. You don't want to be like completely protein deprived throughout the day. So lunchtime comes. Okay. So usually like after I end work, my lunchtime actually it's pretty much always fried chicken. Right, specifically Shilin's fried chicken, the Taiwan street snacks. So my order is always very special. It's always like, the guy at Woodlands already knows me, right? He knows that I just need to show him this. He knows that I'm talking about buying 3 packs of the chicken, and it has to be cooked in a certain way with a lot of seasoning and powder. A lot. If it's not enough, I will quietly go up to him and say, can you add more powder? Okay, because that's the flavor, right? If not, anyway, long story short, I eat fried chicken almost every day. And fun fact, you can eat fried chicken every single day and lose weight. Okay, so anyway, calories in, calories out. So I like the fried chicken. Actually, it's not like an addiction. It's just kind of, I'm not a very picky eater. Sorry, let me dial back. I'm a picky eater in terms of nutrition and calories and numbers and protein and whatever. I'm not really a picky eater in terms of taste. I just don't prefer spending my calories where I don't feel that it's worth it. Okay, that's why I don't eat pizza, right? Because the calories are not worth it. Can I eat it? Definitely I can. I just don't want to, right? It's not that my taste buds are spoiled or what. I just don't really like it. Okay, so moving on. So that's for lunch. Like Monday to Friday, pretty much my lunch is always the same. The only difference is what else goes with it. Okay, so sometimes I'll get maybe the 3 packs of fried chicken. I'm not kidding. Watch this. So what I'm having for lunch is basically oranges from last night, some fruits, and as you can see here, I got 3 packets of Shilin fried chicken. It's real chicken. I'm not scamming you guys, right? Here's the chicken, and I like to eat it like with extra powder so that there's more flavor. Okay, ciao. Okay, 3 packs of fried chicken. Then when I come home, I'll see what I have in the fridge lah. So for example, if I have leftover fruits from last night, I'll have the fruits. If usually after my fried chicken, I will make myself more full with another protein shake, just for the taste, that feeling, right? That setup, right? When I eat, I have to watch Netflix. Like it's a whole ritual. Okay, it's almost like a ritual already. I'm sure some of you understand as well. Anyway, so basically that's what I eat, right? That's for breakfast and lunch. So the only thing that's kind of changed is dinner, where I literally go by how I feel. Like some days you feel just like, okay, I feel like eating something sweet. Okay, then I'll buy 9Fresh, the Douhua, like literally just bean curd, right? This bean curd. Okay, so it's literally just bean curd, just sugar. It's just plain sugar. And how come I can eat plain sugar and just sugar stuff for dinner, and then I'm going back to sleep? Because like throughout the whole day, you realize that is my only source of carbohydrate, right? My only source of sugar, and it's something I kind of need by the time like 8 p.m. throughout the whole day. I didn't really have much sugar. It becomes kind of essential for me to load that sugar, right? That is why it is perfectly fine. So similarly, I can say this, right? You can eat desserts and sweet stuff and sugar all you want, right? And still lose weight as long as you are counting your calories and you know how much you're eating, right? So right down to the saturated fat, unsaturated fat, sugar, your carbohydrate, your protein, your expenditure. Roughly, it's like I don't know, I do it so much that it's like automated already, right? I know roughly how much is how much, so that I don't count my calories anymore. I don't write it down anymore. Okay, it's all here. It's just like it's second nature already lah. Like to some point where if I miss by 200 calories in a day, it no longer matters. Okay, it no longer matters, right? So for dinner, it's usually among these options. I can show you a couple. Sometimes I would buy pork knuckle, okay, from Cold Storage. It's like, you know, the pork knuckle that they feed the whole family. Okay, watch this. Okay, so this is my dinner. I'm feeling quite rich today because it's like freaking $15. So usually people buy the whole pork knuckle. Okay, so usually people buy this whole pork knuckle to feed one family, but for me, this is my dinner today. Okay, so like it's meant for whole family lah. So there was a lot of meat. Okay, so like I dig out everything, I dismember everything. Then sometimes, not very often, I would buy the Cold Storage chicken, like the not the whole chicken. I cannot finish the whole chicken. Like rather, I choose not to. It's too many calories. I don't need that much. Okay, so I don't get it. I usually get like the chicken breast, just the chicken breast, the half chicken, right? So at night it's like $3.90, it's $4.90, right? Just for the whole half chicken. Worth it if you were to go for a cheap protein source. Worth it. Take out the skin, dig whatever meat you can, right? So it's pretty okay in terms of, very good in terms of macros. A little bit oily, but I'm not super picky on the taste. So it's not like super nice. It's just like some days I just really like, hey, what do I eat? So my dinner have to have some protein. So I just deciding, okay, what's my protein source? Maybe chicken, maybe pork knuckle. If I really don't feel like eating, maybe another shake, maybe some fish. Maybe I cook. I seldom cook because I'm lazy to wash up. Okay, but anyway, what else do I eat for dinner? Some days I literally just eat 2 豆花, just like 2 豆花, some fruits. Yeah, so sugar. So I used to have Mr. Bean ice cream quite often as well, and I'm sure you guys know how that turned out. Next is this, the main, like a normal meal for you guys, like a normal dish for me would be my favorite food court hawker center food would be ban mian lah. Ban mian. So I would literally go to food court and order ban mian and just sit there and eat. Right now that we can, okay, I'm vaccinated, so I can sit inside and eat. I like the soup, the noodles, the egg, the meat, and then I would top up with maybe 2 chicken breasts from 7-Eleven. Right, so it's maybe a 600 calorie bowl, 5 to 600 calories, and it's very filling. Right, so that's my dinner. I'll probably go home and have some extra fruits to load more carbohydrates. Right, so that's the rough idea of my diet, so to speak. That's literally what I eat in one day. Okay, and so that's pretty much what I eat in a day. And I hope that you guys found this interesting. And thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel.